Only 13 degrees here today, just over 54 degrees Fahrenheit. We won't see frost-free days until first week of June. So in our little greenhouse outside here, we've got our spaghetti squash. Got a whole bunch of that. Spaghetti squash and tomatoes of different breeds. So I'm not going to open up the tent. Hopefully you can see through there. There. So tomatoes are doing pretty good. Yeah, look at those. And then this is all spaghetti squash. Looks good. So as you can see, this is the mess of spring. So the quad needs work. Flat tire, and I got to get the carburetor out here one of these days. So right here we've got 1-inch pipe. I'm going to be running this from the back side of our trailer here, where we've got one spout that is connected to the water well. Hopefully it'll have enough oomph to keep the pressure out to the garden. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna have to get a water tank out there, and likely a water tank at the house. And the idea would be to capture the water off of the trailer and the barn into this one tank, and then pump it out to this tank, and then put a pump on that tank out in the garden to have enough pressure to water. But I'm hoping I don't have to go that route. So, and then next on the list, say hello, peanut butter. Here is the chicken tractors. So let's see if I can get my hand in here. This wood here is for 2 chicken tractors, and then this stuff here is strapping for the greenhouse shelves, which I should get to today. This has been quite the endeavor. It's unfortunate that we get such a late summer that we hopefully can get this going, because I need to get seeds in the ground and seeds started, so we can have vegetables for June. So the big thing that I'm really going to focus on for this garden is specifically a mesclun salad mix, and then we'll be putting in some other utility greens alongside arugula. So we'll have a couple of salad mixes, and our microgreens are going to be the focus crops. But as you can see, I finished the greenhouse. That is 20 by 12, and yeah, it's going to be a great place to get stuff started. And then, on a big note, I have, through some close friends, borrowed a truck and a trailer, and got myself a handful of Bison Compost. So this stuff's a couple of years old. It's broken down really nicely. It's beautiful soil. Just turn things around here. So there are big chunks, but you can see, I mean, this is, like, look at it, it's just black goodness. So I'm gonna turn things around here again. So I wasn't going to rototill. I was going to really force myself to do a no-till garden. But as you can see with the size of that chunk, and it's all chunky dirt, which is fine. I mean, some of it was still frozen when we loaded it here at the end of last week. So this market garden is, I don't remember how big, 3,000 square feet. So like a third of an acre, a little less than a third of an acre. And we are going to put rows. So our rows are going to run east-west because we've got a east-facing slope. So we want our water to run off and not take our soil with it. So our beds, or our rows, are going to be 30 inches, where's my hand? They're going to be 30 inches wide with a 12-inch walkway. And I just talked to V&O Lumber and Rocky. He's got a bunch of sawdust. I've also talked to Log Homes, Langberg Log Homes. He's got a bunch of wood chips. And so what we're going to do is we're going to fill those up with chips to help maintain the moisture in the soil, but at the same time it's going to give us a clean surface to walk and work on in the garden. So 30-inch beds, 12-inch walkway. I'm going to do this right on camera. So we're going to pace this off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to have, that's 9 yards, 18 feet. Let's make an assumption of, so it's 42 inches, so we'll say 48, just to get an idea, give and take, right? Give and take. 48 inches, 18 feet. So let's say 5-6 rows, 100 feet long, and then another 6 rows that are going to be short the 20 feet of the greenhouse. So 80 feet. So we're, let's say, in the neighborhood of 12 rows. Now I'm thinking about this. Is that enough? Is that going to be enough for market garden? We'll see. So, this greenhouse, that is toasty. So anyway, this thing is built out of a old garage shelter. I wish I could zoom out more and have a wide angle. And I've just used construction 6mm poly. I found it at Home Depot with 20 feet wide by 100 feet. And then I've used old pallets that I've cut down. These were actually 8-foot pallets. And the strapping that I bought, the 1x4s, are going to be I'm going to have basically 3 shelves. And then we'll put a couple pallets on the bottom, on the ground. Can't see what I'm pointing at. Ground there to give us extra space if we need it. This is going to be the northwest corner. It's going to be kind of like a workbench scenario. And then I built, this is 36 inches off the ground. So we've got room to put stuff underneath. And I'm going to build a second one over here. And if it works out, then I will build something in the middle here, likely with 4x4s. And we'll have maybe 1-2 shelves, and then a rod on top that we can have hanging fruit, like tomatoes. Cool beans, eh? So the idea of this whole regenerative project is to do it as cheap as I can, because we don't have a lot of resources. And as I'm actively looking for work. There is very little for jobs right now with COVID-19 having kind of Alberta shut down. They just started opening businesses back up this week, and who knows how long, if we will ever see normal again out of this. But anyway, I had to start something. So right here on the north end of the shed, you'll see what I've got. I went and picked up that other garage shelter, and this one I didn't show you, but inside the greenhouse there are there's the roof and a couple of side panels. So the idea is that I'm going to build it here on the north side, and this is going to be our wash and storage location for the vegetables. The other thing is way over there, right there. There's an old green shed with a portion of the side missing. If you guys just heard that, there's a woodpecker on the tower. So anyway, I'm going to move that green shed over here by these trees, and that is going to be my storage shed, basically, for my tools and whatnot. And I just had the thought that I actually will only need a small portion of that, so I might actually take a piece of that shed and insulate it and use that, or part of that, half of it, a quarter of it, as my cooler. Because as you know, with a market garden, we need to keep our vegetables cool or cooled right after harvest. That's how you keep them fresh and crisp. So that's just kind of a quick tour, quick update. What's going down here? I've got a ton of work. Probably won't be recording most of that. Just going to be out here shoveling dirt. So I think I figured out somewhere in the neighborhood of 53 yards of compost that we brought in. Going through some regenerative contexts, some books and stuff like that. One of the guys, Richard Perkins, doesn't actually even do a rototill system. They just bring in compost and put it on top. Typically in the fall. They have done it in the summer, or spring I should say. As long as he uses centimeters, works out to about 6 inches of compost covering where you're going to grow, and that will literally kill grass and weeds by occulation or smothering. You can see that I do have a piece of a silage tarp here. I did order another one that was 50 by 100, and the idea of that is as I'm preparing, I don't know what this year's going to bring. I'm hoping that this garden's going to be big enough, but I got a feeling that it's not. But I want to be prepared come June, that if this produce that we're producing is selling quickly, then I want to be able to again turn around and very quickly start producing more vegetables. So this area down here, that's where that 50 by 100 is going to go, and we're just going to lay it out and kill all that grass. And at that point, I'll probably bring in more compost. But what will happen is, unlike this one, where we're doing the occulation process, where we're going to bury this grass, we're going to put plastic down, kill that grass, rototill the rows, add compost to those rows, and then seed directly into that. And then, I mean, in this way we can kind of keep an eye and actually run a test to see which one might actually produce more vegetables by weight, by area. So we've got apple trees and some other stuff here that just have not done well. I did order some golden willow and some Saskatoon bushes, so hopefully they'll do a little better on the acreage. Mainly windbreak off the north side. So guys, again, just a quick update. Appreciate you taking the time to stop by the farm, see how we're doing. I've got our new website up, hibernafarm.com. You can go check that out. And yeah, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and go hit a like on the Facebook page. I like to update that regularly. And if you're local to us here in Rocky Mountain House, be sure to like the Facebook page, because that's where we're basically selling most of our microgreens at this stage of the game. We will be hitting farmers markets and maybe even open up a subscription service this year, as it's kind of looking, you know, if you want something on a weekly basis, basically what that'll do is reserve your greens for the following week. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Hit that like button, share it with your friends, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for coming.